Hello there, Aries. How are you today? This is your general reading for the week of June 16th to the 22nd. How are you all doing? I hope June has been very kind to you. Let's get started with some oracle cards. All right, accept help. Aries, I know sometimes it's hard for you to accept help, but this is a week that you may need it. Go for it. Go for it, Aries. Transformation, yeah, so there's something that's coming up where you're going to have to make a decision, and you're kind of a little bit hesitant, but it's telling you it's going to be transformative, but you can go for it. Accept help where you need it, because anytime we go through transformation, we always need a little help. All right, embrace uncertainty. Yeah, so transformation always brings, uncertainty. Just be aware of that, accept help, and go for it. Okay, Aries. All right, here we go. First cards here, we've got 4 of Wands. Next, Knight of Cups. Make sure I'm in frame. 6 of Pentacles. King of Wands. Ooh, 5 of Swords. Queen of Wands. The Hierophant. 5 of Wands, 3 of Wands, 2 of Swords, Temperance, and the Page of Pentacles. All right, bottom of the deck here, you've got the Hanged Man. Yeah, make sure you're seeing things, taking a pause, make sure you're seeing things from a different perspective, because we don't want to get into that conflict, right? Sometimes when we're too quick to judge on something, we end up having conflict with other people. There may be a little bit more conflict around you, but you want to make sure that you don't get involved in that. That's just child's play. You don't need that noise, okay? Allow yourself to go through this transformation. Now, you've got the 4 of Wands here for your first column. And there's something that you will be celebrating this week, or something that's going to provide you with stability, with a sense of freedom, independence. But this easily can be you getting married, getting engaged, or having an anniversary, but something that's very stable and celebratory. You see the people here, they're celebrating something, some monumental event, right? Next, you've got your Knight of Cups. This is the overall energy of just love, right? The charm, love, charm. Now, the Knight of Cups leads with his heart, right? So this may be you. This could be a male or female, but it is a masculine card, masculine energy, but somebody who leads with their heart. Okay, and so you may have some messages or an individual coming towards you to profess their love, right? But okay, 6 of Pentacles here. Again, this is abundance, this is reciprocity, this is giving to others, right? But also making sure that there is balance in that give and take situation. There's always bound to have balance in the world, right? If at one time you needed help, somebody was there to give you the help. But here you've got the 6 of Pentacles, which goes along with this card of accepting help. When you need it, somebody will step up to help you, right? But you have to remember that you also have to give back at some point. Someone is going to need you, and you're going to be in this position, and that's where you pay it back. And just make sure that there is that balance, that you're not keeping it all to yourself. Be aware that you can have help. You can accept the help so you can go through your transformation, okay, and see things from a different perspective. You've got the King of Wands here in the column for your challenge column, things that are coming towards you that you may not see. Now, the King of Wands is the energy of inspiration. This is the leader. This is the person who's the visionary, the inventor, really just kind of is in his own league, right? Very powerful, very leadership kind quality. And so someone, you may be, if this is a career reading for you here, this may be a person that's coming towards you that may challenge your views, may challenge your ways of thinking things. Or the other thing is that because this person is so powerful and is a visionary, easily this can be you, Aries. You just have to be aware of your presence. Don't bully, don't overstep everyone else around you because of your strength, your presence, your that force that you have. You know, this is the person that walks in a room and everyone sees them, right? They make a mark. Yeah, challenge here, you've got some conflict, right? Understand, with the power of the King of Wands, you have the ability to just, you know, wield your wand there, and you can, you know, create, awake, and harm people. This is telling me that, you know, this is winning at all costs, and that's, you know, not necessarily the right thing, especially if you're trying to establish a relationship. It's not about you demolishing the people around you. It's about you getting your ideas across without having to just be all or nothing, right? You have to find that balance, that ability to communicate and change your way of thinking and transforming, seeing yourself, seeing things from a different perspective will perhaps, you know, prevent this conflict that's coming your way for this week. All right, Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands can be, because this is the energy of, feminine energy of someone who knows what they want, right? Knows what they want. They see their target. They have such excellent focus. They can manifest what they want. I mean, they're the queen of the law of attraction. They're magnetic. Yeah, they have so much power within themselves that, you know, it's almost like just a little bit too arrogant. So don't be too overconfident, right? You've got the Queen of Wands here in this column, plus the King of Wands. You know, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of presence, right? Of energy. So just be aware of that when, you know, for this week that's coming up, the 16th through the 22nd. You're very magnetic, and so, you know, you can be set in your ways, and you can have conflict around you. Now, in the column here for the messages that the universe has for you, the Hierophant is about structure, right? If this is a reading regarding that you are going to apply to work, in a work situation, this is systems. This is the structure. These are the rules that are set in place. This is the tradition of the company, or tradition, or the style of work. You know, there are certain rules that you have to be aware of. But this also speaks to wisdom, right? And so, you know, understand that this is a person, maybe the leader, or this may be you taking on the role of the Hierophant, and you have such great intuition that other people will seek you out to explain to them certain cultures, certain maybe certain traditions that are set in place. So you may need to be the person that communicates that wisdom to others. Like I said earlier, you know, you've got the Five of Wands here for the messages that are coming in from the universe for you. And again, like I said, this is child's play. This isn't even real fighting. You know, they're just kind of swinging their sticks around, which tells me there might just be some competition around. You know, this person wants to win over this other person, but really it's just noise. So don't even participate. And the reason you don't want to participate is you don't want to get in the way of yourself. This is about you taking the next step, transforming, right? And you know, you can go for it, just like this card says. You can go forward, but you don't want to get in the way of yourself by participating in nonsense. Take the next step. You want to transform for the better. But if you get involved in all of the drama around you, that's going to keep you, you know, locked in, and it'll prevent you from moving forward. So yeah, just know that that is something that you have around you is a little bit of conflict, right? A lot of noise, egos probably, right? Egos. So, okay. Let's go with the last column here. Last column is the column of your manifestations, your blessings that are coming your way, the outcomes. You've got some decisions that you're going to have to make here. And you're at a point where you don't even want to deal with it, but because it's just too much, maybe too chaotic for you, but know that the answers are within you. You know, something may have hurt you in the past, or you're afraid, right? You're afraid of uncertainty, just like this card says. So because of that, you don't even want to look at the problem head on. So instead, you're guarding your heart, you're keeping yourself from getting hurt. So know that the answers lie within, right? Go for it. The answers lie within. So you just have to go within yourself. Understand that there also needs to be a sense of balance. It can't be a one-way situation. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, it may take compromise. It may take balance and moderation. This is know that there is divine timing that's involved here, and you may want to rush things, Aries, and don't do that. You know, you may want to come up with a decision really, really hastily, but you don't want to do that. You know, you want to trust, and you want to go within yourself and kind of balance things out before coming up to a new decision. That's what I want to say. Excuse me, I took a look at the Page of Pentacles here as I was talking, and this is all about new beginnings, new opportunities, a transformation, whether it's a physical transformation, but it's just a transformation in the material world for you, something that's going to create stability, something that you wanted for a long time. You know, if it's about health, for example, you have a new beginning, maybe you're getting better, or you are, you know, working with your provider and you guys have come up with a treatment plan, or they are working with somebody else and they're letting you know, because again, you may be receiving a message, right? I know that that's usually the Page of Swords, but you know, to me, pages are messengers. But you may be receiving some good news about your health, you know, in the near future, and you will be transformed, and you know, it's telling you here, go for it, embrace the uncertainty, you know, but just make sure you understand everything else that's going on around you. So let's go with clarifying cards here. Let's clarify the Four of Wands. Why is the Four of Wands for Aries for the week of 16th through the 22nd? Here we go. First card is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, you've got 2 fours here, right? So that's probably a very important number for you, right? The number 4. 4 and 4. Four of Pentacles is about stability. And again, Four of Wands is also about stability and celebration. But the Four of Pentacles, you know, something about you is you're really wanting some answers. You want transformation into something that's, you know, lucrative. Perhaps you're thinking about your finances a little bit too much. You know, and you want that sector of your life to be stable, right? Next, you've got King of Wands. You've got 2 King of Wands here. This is your energy. You're very charming. You're very inspiring. You're a leader, right? Queen of Wands. Again, 2 Queens of Wands here. Queen of Wands. Sovereignty. This is, you know, the energy of just going for it, right? Not being afraid, holding that vision and going towards your target. Bottom of the deck, you've got Justice. Justice card is all about consequences. Whatever work or whatever energy you put into something, that's exactly what will come back to you. It's all about creating that balance, right? Serving justice. So if you are going through some legal issues, you know that, you know, there's going to be some balance that's going to be established here in the near future. Lots of court cards for you. Wow. All right, Aries. Let's clarify the King of Wands. 6 of Swords. Yeah, so whatever it is that you are dealing with, you're ready to walk away, or you're ready to float away, get in your boat and sail away, get away from the conflict that's around you. You want to be in a better place. You want to transform. Okay? Next, you've got 7 of Wands. Yeah, look at all this fighting. You're having to stand up for what you believe in for yourself. You're being attacked. And so you, Aries, because of your fiery energy, when you get attacked, you are ruthless and you tear people down, huh? That's okay. That's okay. That's who you are. All right. The Star card is about hope and healing. So, you know, you have to recognize that there is conflict around you. Recognize that you have the ability to change your thoughts. You're not going to be a doormat and let people walk all over you, but just understand that, you know, you can temper, right? You can temper the amount of, I don't know, fight that you give these people. Right? Because the worse the wake is that you leave, the harder it is to recover. And it says here you've got hope, healing. If this is about your health, it's along the same line of these new opportunities. And you've got your wishes here, your hopes and dreams, and you know, your intuition is spot on. Yeah, that's there for you. You've got the Hermit in the bottom of the deck here. You're ready to come out of hiding. You're ready and you're completing your transformation. Right? This is the time for you to go within and you know, be introspective, learn about yourself, but you have to, you know that at some point you're going to have to come out and share your light with the world, because you can't stay cooped up in your cave for too long. Okay, Aries? All right, let's clarify the Hierophant here. Why is the Hierophant here for Aries? And Ace of Pentacles, yeah, new beginnings, new opportunities, new job, maybe new contract. I'm seeing. If this is about a relationship, yeah, you may be offered something new, maybe a new home, maybe you're moving and you're signing a contract for a lease or a new home or something like that. And also a new opportunity to move upwards, right, in your job, or transform your relationship, right? Next, you've got the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, you've got the Ace of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. This is your completion. This is your legacy, right? And don't get into this battle, because look at what you've got here. 10 of Pentacles, that's the completion. That's abundance that you have around you. Don't get caught up in the noise. You may have family members that are fighting amongst each other. Don't get involved, right? Be the better person. It's all about the legacy of the family. 8 of Pentacles, whatever you're working on, keep going. You're mastering something. You're taking the time to either work on your health. If this is a health reading for you, right? Like I was saying, whatever it is that you're doing, keep doing it, right? Because it's supposed to help heal your body. Again, if this is about health for you, keep doing what you're doing. Keep working with your providers. Next, you've got Ace of Cups. This is all about emotions. This is your blessings. This is about you, Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. This may be a new beginning, a new relationship, a new inspiration that's very heartfelt for you, something that is very emotional for you. So this is being offered to you by the universe. Just be aware that it's there, available for you to take. It's all available to you. You just have to be receptive. All right. 2 of Swords. Why is the 2 of Swords here? The Hierophant. The Hierophant next to each other. Yeah, you are going to be called on to teach, for example, to show wisdom or to teach wisdom to others, right? If you're an old soul, for example, you may have just natural wisdom, right? Your soul is, this is, I don't know how many times around you've been, you're not the new kid on the block. You're here to show the reason why there is structure, why there is, maybe discussing core values or family values. Yeah, you're this person that people go to in the family for that information, for that stability, right? You have a deep connection with spirit, with the divine. All right, the Fool. You are ready to take on a new adventure, Aries. Transformation. You've gone through the transformation. This also speaks to this card of uncertainty. The Fool is ready to take risks despite the uncertainty that he may have. It says here to go for it. Make sure you've done your research. Make sure you've really, gotten in touch with your deeper self and know exactly what decision you need to make so you can transform. 5 of Pentacles. Someone is going to feel left behind, right? Because you are transforming, there's going to be a sense of loss. You may be moving, right? If you are a college kid, you're ready to move out of state because college is starting here in August and you're ready to move out in July, and someone is going to feel like they are losing you, right? If you are moving because of, say higher education, something like that, your relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, may feel like you are leaving them behind. Sometimes when we go through such a huge transformation, everyone around us will feel a sense of loss, right? Because they don't see the old you anymore. They see the new you, the new and better version of you. So just be aware that there may be these feelings of loss around you. Again, 5 of Wands, there's going to be some conflict. There's going to be some fighting, perhaps because of the new decision that you're making here. Don't get involved, okay? Aries, don't get involved. It's just noise. Stay the focus. Be focused on what your goals are so that they continue, the universe continues to serve you. All right, let's get into your animal spirit cards. See if we can get some more messages, information, advice for Aries for the week of the 16th through this 22nd. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. Yeah, have confidence to know that you can undergo this transformation and you'll be the better for it. There is always enough. Yeah, so when there is competition here around you, sometimes the competition is because somebody wants more than the other. That's why I say don't get involved. Know that there is always enough. and you fighting with everybody else, being in that conflict or competition, is just not worth it. Hummingbird, be here and now. Be here now. Yeah, be here now. Be present, right? Be present. Don't hold on to the past. Don't dwell on the future. Be here and be present. Co-create with spirit. Yeah, again, this is asking you to go within, get in touch with your divine self, and you'll know exactly what to do. Frog spirit, clear out the clutter. And this also speaks to mental clutter, right? So if you're having a lot of negative talk, or you are around people who are toxic friends, toxic family, clear out the clutter. Maybe, have boundaries, right? Emotional boundaries, physical boundaries. Yeah, so clear out the clutter. Or if you are at the point where you are moving, say you're a college student or someone who is moving, don't hang on to old stuff. Get rid of the old stuff that doesn't serve you. Clear out the clutter. So when you undergo this transformation, you're starting new, right? New and fresh. Nothing bad to hang on to. Bottom of the deck here, wolf spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Yeah. So anything that you learn from the mistakes that you've had, turn it into wisdom. Okay, Aries, I hope that this week goes well for you. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.